Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Mike It Yourself. Today's video is actually not me showing you how to do something or showing you something I built, but rather reaching out for help because I'm kind of lost here. So as you know, the Project KZ was a former police bike. This is a 1995 KZ1000P, and I tore it all the way down to the frame, built it right back together and did some customizations, right? Mostly cosmetic with the customizations. So in the process, spark plugs, new ones were put in, new spark plug wires. Timing was checked, triple checked, double checked, I mean, you name it, right? So I know timing is good, but I've run into a problem. So here's the scoop. One of the modifications I did do to this motor was I eliminated the EGR valve. So that's really common. It's all over the internet. Nobody's had any problems with it. So all you do is remove that valve. You cork the hole on the box, which is not too big of a deal. And then you just run a hose from the two different valve flapper caps there. So I've got that going on. I recently, and you saw a video of me starting, and there'll be another video eventually coming where I complete the rebuild of the carbs. So the rebuild kit for these carbs came with everything, with the exception, and I say everything like the jets, the O-rings, everything except for the diaphragm rubber, the slide, and the spring. Okay, so I thoroughly checked the rubber on the diaphragm and there's no holes, it's not separating. When I exercise the slide, it doesn't just drop. I've run compressed air through this little hole and it will lift the slide. When I remove it, it comes down. And so that seems to be all operating correctly. The air fuel mixture screws are all set to the factory setting, which is 1 1/4 turn out, according to the Climber manual. So all 4 carbs are that. I did not disconnect the carbs from one another, so the synchronization of the carbs should still be on point. None of that was toyed with or adjusted. Now my problem is when I start the bike, it will start, no problems. However, if I go to blip the throttle, the revs hang for a little bit and then it'll come down. It's very weird. I thought that I could check the slides with the mirror while it was running, giving it a blip, but I guess those slides, they only activate under heavier load, so you're not going to see that in neutral. You'd have to be riding it, and that kind of makes sense, right? So from time to time, I also get a little bit of backfire through the carb. And I know that could be a bunch of different reasons. Another thing that I've done, just to kind of verify things, is I've, while running, sprayed starting fluid around these intake holders or carb holders, whatever you want to call them, the boots, and I didn't get the increased RPM. So it appears that there's no vacuum leak on this side across all 4 carburetors. You'll see these yellow nipples. I got blue, just caps for these vacuum lines. My petcock is just the on-off valve. I'm not utilizing the vacuum for the original petcock, so it's not lacking fuel at all. That seems to be fine. I've backed off the air fuel mixture screws up to 4 turns out, which is grossly out of specification, to see if that would have any impact, and it really didn't. The rev hang still occurs. So I'm hoping that maybe somebody out there might be able to give me a little bit of direction here to figure out what's going on here, because I'm a bit out of a loss, and it's kind of frustrating, right? So I'm just trying to get this to be able to run. I mean, when you ride it down the street, that rides fine. It's just sitting here, when you idle, you should be able to blip that throttle and get it to return down. I've checked for any binding on the cable, and there's no problem with that either. So if I do the cable, it snaps back without any hesitation. When I've had the rev hang scenario, I've even tried to like force the throttle closed or whatever, right? Like basically, you know, twisting my hand the other way, thinking that might help bring that rev down, and it does nothing. That has zero impact. So it's not a cable problem. So it's truly somewhere within either the carburetor and everything else. So like I said, all of the jets, everything is brand new. The carbs were cleaned out thoroughly with spray, carb cleaning spray, and even the carb cleaning kit with the micro brushes to make sure I didn't scar anything, stuff like that. So I really don't understand what could be causing this problem. I'm going to start it up, let you hear what that sounds like, and then hopefully you can get an idea of what might be causing this problem for me. Okay guys, so you can hear it's running. This is just idle. There is no choke, so it seems to be fine. But when I give it a blip of the throttle, see how long it took for it to go down? So when I gave it that blip, you heard it kind of hang. Turn off my fuel there. And like I said, I stuck my hand out for it so you can see it's not me at all or anything like that. Not that I need to prove that to you guys, but I'm truly just a little confused. You hear a little bit of backfiring and stuff there, and maybe that's another symptom. I don't know. So I'm looking to you all for some help. If somebody out there that might have experience with these CV carbs, the Cowies, and I know like CV carbs came on the Hondas, like in the CB 400s or 450s, 600s. I mean that time frame. Yeah, if maybe you guys can drop a little knowledge on me. I would really appreciate the help. I'm kind of at a loss here. I really want to get this thing running 100% so that way I can hit the boulevard, hit the highway, have some good time on it, and enjoy the work that I put into this. But at this point right now, I'm so micro focused on getting that little issue resolved, I'm not even riding it. So it's very frustrating, and any help that you all can provide me as a community, I truly appreciate. Alright, so that's all I have for now. I really look forward to seeing comments from you guys. Hopefully you can lead me to resolving this issue and allowing me to provide you some content of me riding this thing out and having a good time. So again, like, subscribe, please. You know, even if you don't do those two things, leave a comment below to try to help me figure this problem out. Until then, really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.